appreciate you listening to our podcast, and just wanted you to know this episode actually had a few technical difficulties with the mics. Instead of recording and have to have our guests back just because their time is very valuable, we decided to continue with the pod and put out the episode anyway. We hope you enjoy it. Bear with us. Thank you for listening.
You are now listening to Receipts Denied. Welcome back to Receipts Denied. Happy early Thanksgiving. We are thankful to have you guys here with us. We hope you have a great holiday with your families. I'm Ashley.
I'm Blue.
And I'm Melanie.
And today's topic is when corporate ain't for you.
Let's get into our guests who decided to switch and leave their 9-to-5s for their own endeavors. First up, we have Marcus, owner of A+ Improvements, a skill builder, a visionary entrepreneur who turned his hands-on trade expertise into a thriving business. Marcus specializes in construction and home improvement, creating spaces that merge quality with craftsmanship. He also is expanding his businesses, trade school, and a book on the way, showing that success doesn't come from a cubicle, but from having the courage to build your own path. Let's welcome Marcus to the show.
Welcome. Thank you for having me, and thank you for the lovely introduction. She basically said a lot of things. I started my company on the books at 2015, but I started actually in 2012. Okay. And basically my journey getting to where I'm at now wasn't a journey that was something I planned out. It was just something so corporate, I never been in a corporate America, honestly, like in a corporate job setting. Okay. The way things panned out for me, it looked like, hey, well, either I'm going to be working dead end jobs or be somebody's slave so you
decided to switch up.
Yes, definitely.
All right.
Definitely.
Well, that's good. Our second guest is Lindsay, co-owner and talent acquisition specialist at Taylor Solutions, a powerhouse staffing and recruiting agency helping connecting businesses with the right people and opportunities. Lindsay's journey proves what happens when you bet on yourself. After years in the corporate world, she made the leap into entrepreneurship with her business partner, Bruce, and almost 3 years later, they're still growing strong. Let's give a warm welcome to Lindsay. Yay!
Thank you for having me, ladies. I'm excited.
Of course, we're happy to have you guys here on our show. We're going to get into our segment and basically ask you guys a couple questions on what your transition was from corporate, even if you weren't in corporate, what your transition was from starting your own business endeavors. So maybe share your journey. What ended up happening with where you transitioned out of whatever you were doing? Because you worked a job at one point for somebody. So we won't say it's corporate, but even if it was customer service, we can deem that as corporate. So what journeyed you out of that?
What journeyed me out of that? I would say basically adulthood. Me having responsibilities, like my son was born and had to make me go back to the drawing board and figure it out.
Okay. Lindsay, what?
Yeah, I never thought I would be here. So all props to my husband. He's the one that started the company. I worked in college athletics for 8 years, and I was just ready to get out. I love my coworkers, love my job, to be honest, but the money was pretty bad.
Okay.
Just to be honest. And then COVID hit, and we got to work remote for 2 years, and I just felt like I got my life back, and I was like, all right, it's time to go. Okay. And so Bruce got so busy that he needed to hire someone else. So he was like, I was at the point where I'm like, all right, I need to either stay and try to move up in my current role, which wasn't really an option, or find another job. And he was like, well, I need to hire someone. So it can be you. We can keep the money in the house, or I can go hire someone outside. And I was like, all right, let's just do it.
Okay.
So yeah. And we had the support from my family. So, because my parents are entrepreneurs, they all work together. So it made sense.
Good. Okay. What was the biggest red flag that told you it was time to go? Besides, having your son, because obviously that was a journey.
Well, yeah, the red flag was for me for like, so a little bit about me and my history. A little bit of rough patches in my teenage years, growing up and things like that, which led me to making bad, not so good decisions, which I knew the college path wouldn't be for me. Okay. And knowing that the education wasn't there, what was panned out to me was basically dead end minimum wage jobs. So that was basically my red flag. And I knew like, nah, this is not the future I want for myself. So, let's change that.
Okay. But you went back to school though, didn't you?
Yes, I did. After I actually have to gear down and realize, like, hey, you know what? Because at the time, I was doing tattoos, I was selling cars, I was doing carpentry, and I also was doing landscaping.
Seriously?
Yeah, I was like, okay, I'm just doing a little bit.
Yeah, so I was just trying to find out, make sure, like, you know what, something's got to hit, something has to work. Yeah. And when I went to the drawing board, it makes me break down to, like, I started doing the research on everything I was doing, and I realized, like, you know what, construction will probably be the best thing for what I'm trying to get to. And that's why I just broke it all down. I stopped doing, so when I first started my company, it was a landscaping and a construction company.
Okay.
And then I just broke off and did strictly construction.
Strictly. So what is your degree in?
My degree is in architecture design and project management.
Okay.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay, that's awesome. You have a degree as well. What is your degree in?
Sociology. And then it's funny, I also have a master's in sport leadership because I thought I was going to stay in college athletics, like college athletics administration. But a lot of people got out of it in 2020. Like a lot of my colleagues in athletics were like, all right, like I see the life I can have. And so like to your point, like the red flag, I wouldn't say it's a red flag, but like it kind of just all fell together and it made sense at the time. So
do you feel like your degree was a waste of money per se?
I wouldn't say that. I don't think anything in my life like is a waste because I think it all is like a, takes you on the path you're on. Like I wouldn't have met this person, blah, blah, blah. So I think in like the 8 years I was in college, athletics was fine. It was fun. I loved my coworkers. So I don't think it was a waste. Okay. I mean, I'm going to be paying back those loans for a while. But I'm grateful for it.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Did you guys plan exit or did you just leave? I kind of know your backstory, so I know that maybe you just kind of were like forced to do what it was. So what would you say? Like, did you have a plan? Like, okay, I'm gonna not be a serial entrepreneur and just go into one thing, like, but I'm gonna taper off, or did you just immediately say I'm not doing it anymore?
Far as you mean being an entrepreneur, or
well, you were already an entrepreneur. You just told us how you had all those businesses. So you said you tapered off to one and just made it construction as opposed to all the things. But did you jump into that?
So with me, it was more like I'll say probably like for maybe a good 4 or 5 years strong. Like I'll leave the house probably like 5:30. And at that time I was working for somebody that had a construction company, another construction company. So I'll go to work for them. I would get off work. Mind you, my son was like 2 or 3 at this age. So I still was being a father. I would go there, leave work. Then I would have to go to school later. But before school, I had to take business class or like entrepreneurship, teaching, stuff like that. And for a long time, and then like I'm doing tattoos when I get home and like when I school in at 9:30, 10 o'clock. And that'll probably leave me at about 1 or 2 in the morning. So basically at the point I was strained. I was basically burning myself out. And I realized like, you know what? I'm spinning circles. Like it doesn't make sense. Like even though I'm doing all of this, it seemed like every month I'm still a day late and $1 short. Mm-hmm. So that made me go back to the drawing board and realize and really, trying to put my faith in God, honestly. And that's what he told me to do. Like, look, you need to leave or you need to do one thing. And he told me specifically, like, you don't need to put the tattoos to the side. Don't be selling no cars right now. Be a father. Go ahead, finish school, get your degree. And don't work for nobody else. Just work strictly for yourself.
Okay. Well, did you take a leap or did you just exit suddenly?
Well, so I had been trying to get out for a little while. I made a couple like final round interviews, didn't get them. And I was just kind of like burnt out. I was like sick for a month. It was really weird timing, but like it was a blessing at the same time. I was sick for a month and I came back to work and I was just like, I can't, like, I don't want to do this anymore. And that's when Bruce's business was picking up. And, you know, we had lots of savings put away at the time. And and so like I said, my salary just wasn't great. And so it wasn't that big of a leap monetarily to join him, because like we close a few extra roles because I come on, then that's my salary right there basically. So I mean, we definitely thought about it, but we didn't think about it that long so yeah, when Bruce first started his own business, he said like, eventually I want you to work with me, but it came like way quicker than we were expecting because he got busy really quick, like I said, right around where I was just like burnt out from my job. So it just made sense like to join him at that point. So
do you guys think that COVID was difficult for, like, because also the mental health piece of it is like, did you feel like that prompted you to be like, I don't want to go back to work, I can't?
Yeah, I mean, because I got the taste of working from home and like I had work-life balance. Like I was doing my job better, in my opinion.
Okay.
And did you have any apprehension, like, joining business with your husband? Because that can be a slippery slope.
Yeah, I know. A lot of my coworkers were like, "You sure?" Like, actually, he was my fiance at the time. We weren't even married, so I think a lot of people were like, "Are you sure about that?" And we just didn't think that deep into it. You know what I mean? Like, we had been working at home together for 2 years, anyways. Obviously, not doing the same thing, but in the same room, same office, and like we liked it. And now I work downstairs, he works upstairs. We don't even see each other that much. Right. We don't even see each other that much throughout the day, but like it's pretty, I mean, it's fine. Like we both have the things that like we do. Like he does certain things in the business, I do certain things. And we have no problems. And like I said, my mom and dad did it growing up, so I kind of saw that as an example and how it worked.
And you said they were real supportive of.
Yeah, definitely. My mom and dad were like, go for it. Like, obviously, there's going to be some ups and downs, but I think you should do it. So we did it, yeah. Good. Which is obviously really helpful. If my parents were like, you're crazy, I would have probably been like, all right, maybe not. But, yeah, so it's been good.
Okay.
Okay. So, Marcus, what inspired A+ improvement and how you grew it?
Well, my teenage years, I worked for other guys that had their own little personal company. I think that gave me a great insight and advantage on, like, you know, working under people, small businesses. They only had like 1 or 2 people. And when I went to the drawing board for myself, I was in like, I think like 24, 25. And it just made sense because it's like, okay, well, you know, if they're only trying to offer me, I think at the time, minimum wage was probably like at $7.50 or something like that, and I think the jobs I was going that was willing to hire me was making like $10, $12, something like that, and it just made sense. Like, well, you know, I can do this and pay myself easily $50 or whatever an hour or so, and that's kind of made me go that route.
Do you still feel like the things that inspire you are the same, or is it things changing over time?
Definitely evolving. It started out as something like as simple as like, hey, well, you know, if I could just make $50 an hour and, you know, but once I actually got embedded in it and learned the game and understood my environment, what was going on, then that's why I ended up going to school, getting re-educated and doing things like getting my actual DPOR license to be certified, you know, so I can basically like working the corporate ladder. It's kind of like doing an entrepreneurial corporate ladder, and went that route.
So you are a Class A contractor now, and you did all that while still doing your own business and school.
Yes.
Which is good.
Yes.
And what would you say was challenging about that? Because I think, you know, we don't know. We're not in that field.
I would say the most challenging thing is you always have to have a drive and self-motivation, because I think just being in that, is no one telling you like how far your limit is. Is no one saying like, oh, you should do it this way or do it that way. So it's kind of like a broad field, and it's like, oh, you can do whatever. But also in that broad field, it's like you can make many mistakes or do it wrong, or you could be like stuck and stagnant and you don't even know why, you know, just burning wheels. And the most people, I'm not gonna say most people, a lot of people in the same space as you, they're not really going to give you a leg up or tell you, they'll just, for the most part.
Because they feel like they're competition. You're
Correct.
competition.
Yeah, correct.
Which I don't understand that in life. Because, like, I would want somebody to be able to get up. It's enough for everybody to eat.
Yeah.
It's not.
Some people don't feel that way.
Yeah.
I feel like in the contracting business, especially, like,
Yeah.
they seems very competitive.
Yeah.
So, okay.
So, Lindsay, what skills from corporate life actually helped you build your business, or at least support Bruce in building his?
I think like just learning how to network and leverage relationships. We're both Hokies, and so Virginia Tech.
Yeah.
For everyone that doesn't know. And I don't know. Just in case.
Hokies, Virginia Tech.
Go Hokies. So we've found like the way to grow our business is to leverage those relationships, both from his past, my past, and in corporate, and then
So was he ever in corporate?
yeah.
Oh,
So he was in corporate for like 10-ish years.
Okay.
Working staffing. And then so he's leveraged a lot of his past relationships to turn into our clients.
Oh, cool.
And so, but we found like the Hokie network is so strong. And so we found that like we have to connect with these people. Like we found mentors in that space. We've got new clients in that space. And I think like with any business, like you have to rely on the people you know, the connections you've made, and like stay in constant contact with them. And just like, yeah, just any similarities. Like, I don't know where you guys went to school, but like the alumni network.
I already know where I
well,
went
I know. The alumni network from Virginia Tech is strong. It's a huge school, so just using that to your advantage, I think.
And you feel like it's helped your company over time, or do you feel like it's still people not wanting to give you information just because they're in the same network as you? Do you feel like it's been a struggle to get?
Yeah, no, it's been kind of opposite of Marcus, I think. Like, at least from the Hokie network, like, they're so willing to help. And, like, we've met a lot of successful people that have done similar things to what we're doing the past couple of years. And they've reached out to us wanting to help. Like, just kind of, like, being our mentors, teaching us, like, different things to do. And just passing our name along to people that help grow our business. So it's been really, really good. And it's just like very nice to find a strong networking group, and it helps tremendously.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
And do you feel like you guys define success differently now than you did when you were first starting out?
Well, I guess for me, I would say this. I would say success is to a personal thing. Like, what do you feel like success is? For me, it was more so like just being stable, being able to, is a certain type of lifestyle I want to have, and my idea of success will be just having that lifestyle. Like, for instance, type of house I want to have, type of little amenities like cars or whatever the case may be able to provide for my family a certain way. Things like that. And that's my definition of success, and being able to be basically
Pretty much comfortable.
Free.
Yeah. Like being able to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Same thing. We want to live the life that we want to live. Like, we're pretty simple people, but so we don't need to be like billionaires, but we want to
Girl, I want to be a billionaire.
I mean, like, if it happened, cool.
And I would like for you to be a billionaire so I can get some money.
If it happened, awesome. But, like, we want to have that freedom to work when we want to work, to do the things we want to do, travel, blah,
Yeah,
blah,
not
blah.
be on someone else's schedule.
Yeah, exactly. And, when he first started the business, he closed that first role, like, that's success. It wasn't a big role.
Yeah.
It wasn't a huge commission, but that's success. Now, if we closed a role like that now, it's a success, of course, but, like, we've moved on to higher level roles, so our commissions are higher. So just, like, trying to get more consistent with filling these higher level roles, and but money's money at the end of the day.
Yeah, and I think that's what we're all, even us in corporate,
Right.
Amen.
we're still
Always climbing.
Yeah.
and I am at a place now in corporate where I'm like, I'm comfortable with my corporate job. I also work businesses on the side. I don't see myself just being like, yeah, let me just not work corporate anymore. I think I like the comfort of knowing I'm going to get a paycheck.
Oh,
Amen.
100%.
Yeah, because I think you have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable.
You have
sometimes.
to be able to ride the wave.
But the thing
Because-
is, that's true. But
Yeah.
even in the business that I have on my own, I'm still uncomfortable, like, because it still has to grow. It still has to turn into something. And
Yeah.
at one point, it was
Yeah.
nothing,
Right.
and now it's like, okay, you have all this business on that. Now I can start a new business, which I'm one of those people that business is rolling. Now
Let's
I
get
can have another
going.
one.
Yeah.
And I'm still going to do my corporate job,
Yeah.
and because I need to be able to buy
Yeah, and
clothes.
if you can do that, if you can do that, you can do that. Like, yeah, and that's the thing. I think it just depends on your lifestyle. Like, if we need to cut back and not take a trip because business is slow, we're okay with that. But I don't think everyone would be okay with that. Like, we might not be able to buy some sneakers for a year because we got other things to take care
That's a
of.
long time.
Wow.
It's you know what I mean?
That's a sacrifice.
I mean, a year might be a little bit of a stretch, but I'm saying like the highs are high, the
Yeah.
lows can be
Yeah.
low, and
Yeah.
like you just got to learn how to
Yeah.
deal with it. And it's hard sometimes, but it's also amazing sometimes.
Yeah.
So it just
Yeah.
depends
Yeah.
on you
And
know
I'm sure
your
there's
life.
a sense of accomplishment knowing that y'all did that, you know.
100%.
Yeah.
Like when we close a role for ourselves, that feels so much better because it's our company,
Yeah.
as opposed to like making money for someone else.
Yeah.
You know? All that money's coming to us instead
Yeah.
of split here, split. Yeah.
I
So,
get it.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. So what would you say is different about your piece now? Like, do you guys get burned out, or do you have a different type of peace knowing that you run your business?
I think, a whole different level of peace for sure. Like I can wake up when I want to. I can do whatever I want to during the day and still get my work done. Like most people don't need to be at work for 9 hours.
They sure don't.
You know what I mean?
I don't believe anyone needs to.
No, that's what I'm
don't need to be
saying.
there 5 days
Yeah.
a week.
At
So,
all.
No, and some days we'll work till 3 and go play golf the rest of the day. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so 100%. I don't know if you have anything else to add
Well,
to.
I need my employees to work 9 to 10 hours.
Yeah, it is a different employees.
Yeah, it's just 2 of us. You got a whole team.
Right,
It's
yeah.
And
different.
it is different. You guys have
but-
deadlines and things
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
So it is
Definitely.
Completely
Yeah.
different, like, tasks.
But as far as,
Sure.
I mean, I would say peace, has it changed? Well, it's peace in knowing that, okay, because when I was working, you can go to a job and you can give 10, 20, 30% and you still can get that paycheck. So it provides you a certain level of peace. Being an entrepreneur is more so like, okay, when things are flowing good, then yeah, you have a certain level of peace. But when things are like, I don't know how this is going, it's just a certain, but see, I've learned to, me personally, I learned to rely on God. So I have a certain faith to where it's like, I've been in a lot of murky waters and crazy waves, up and down shifts. So I just learned to stay at that one plane. Like, it don't matter what it looks like right now. That's like tomorrow could be a totally different day, and it can be like the opposite. So I just learned to have a certain level of peace to where it unbothers me now when certain things are not looking as such.
You know, when I left I was doing intensive at home, and I remember I had something going on, and they tried to switch my shift, and I quit. I quit one day. The next day, I had my identification number. I started doing my dressing, my vintage. I started selling. Then I got a building. I got a brick and mortar.
You was doing real good with
Yeah,
the,
I did that for a
I
while.
forgot about that.
Yeah, so it was like you said, it was good at one point, and then it was like, no.
What would you
Yeah.
say was a no for you in it?
For me, it was I was spending a lot of time, and I was only breaking even.
Okay.
So yes, my store was cute. Yes, I had a lot. You would have loved this.
You had a ton of clothes in there.
Yeah. It was okay, and then I also know that the location was the issue.
Yeah,
Downtown Petersburg.
it was difficult.
Like now, I
Yeah,
probably would
yeah.
thrive
Yeah,
right now.
yeah.
But I did just walk away. And I had all my kids at the house and everything. And I just was like, oh, I'm getting up. I'm dressing every day. I'm doing this every day. I can make money doing this. And I did it. But then, like you said, when it went down, I was like, my cousin was my business partner. I was like, I don't want no parts of this no more.
Yeah. So the ebbs and flows maybe didn't, because you waiting for the
Nah,
going down.
because what she just said about the shoes, I saw Ashley.
Like Ashley was like, no,
I
yeah.
bought a pair of sneakers yesterday.
Look, Ashley was like, I just got close today.
Yeah, like no.
Going through my bag.
Like I'm struggling not to buy sneakers right now, so I'm like,
Yeah.
So it is. I like it was peaceful. I could get up, go open the store. I could close the store when I wanted to close the store.
Right.
If I saw it was too slow, me and my daughter would be like, I put the sign up, I'm gone, and I operate online from home.
Yeah.
Right,
So I
right.
had my ways, you know, but
So maybe no brick and mortar, maybe.
but my
Yeah, I
brick
mean,
and mortar was so cute though.
was.
It is
So
cute, but
cute.
now like
It was
in the
so cute.
I appreciated brick and mortar because I like to try things on.
Yeah.
But it, we've moved away from that. So e-commerce is like the thing.
And I
So,
won't shop at no store. I'm gonna go
That's
online.
crazy.
Well,
I'm
this
gonna
was-
try
this
it
was
on.
a while
You saw me
ago,
in here
though.
trying on my pieces.
Well, but you still shopped online for them.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Yeah, because that store.
that was the only
Yeah.
option I had. But
Yeah.
if I have it in store, I'm going to try it on. That's why I like because you can feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try it on and half the time we're wasting money on shipping.
That's
I don't
true.
like paying
Yeah.
for shipping.
Neither do
And
I.
I
So I
have to
put
then-
a lot of stuff in my cart
So you can get free
so I
shipping.
can get free shipping. Then I'm gonna send it back.
Well, yeah, I do that trick.
Yeah.
But then I have to take the time to repackage it, send it back.
That's my
in.
problem. I'm too lazy. I hate.
Oh no,
taking
I'm
stuff
gonna always
back.
get this dollar. back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna always get that dollar.
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
shop at places that give me back store credit.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think too in corporate, like with my business, because it's people generated. I don't like people, and we know people generated business is what makes us get money. But
Yeah.
like I prefer. So I started my business knowing that somebody gave me the advice. One of my friends, he's a realtor. He said, if you do something that people need, then you'll always be in business.
And that's
Yeah.
my next thing I want to do is something people need.
So if you notice the businesses that I start
Yeah.
are businesses that people need. I'm not going to do a business that, and when I say need, it's like we know people need to eat. We know people, all the things, but like people have to have somewhere to live. When they come into town,
Yeah.
Yeah.
if they're using Airbnb, they have to have somewhere to go. So
Yeah,
just
yeah.
make your property available. And then it runs it. It really does run
Run
itself.
itself. Yeah.
And then when you are, when it's up, it's up. I ain't gonna lie. And
Yeah.
it's really good when it's up.
Yeah.
I mean, and then the moments when it's down, I always count it as a blessing.
Bless you.
And I still work my job.
Yeah.
So, but again, like, I get the
You got
like.
money.
Yeah.
That was in 2021. But I think, you guys are doing it, and it takes a level of it's a level of commitment that a lot of people, because I know you get up early, and I know you've been getting up early for a long time. Sometimes I would look and I'm like, it's 6 a.m. Like, what is he doing? Already out, ready moving, so I'm not getting up at 6 a.m.
yeah,
I'm
and
just
I was
not.
gonna say that too. I was like, I admire y'all for
Yeah.
the sacrifices that
Yeah.
y'all have to make. 'Cause,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, with the early thing, I don't even think it's about
Well,
like-
not the early.
Okay.
I'm talking about the not buying the shoes.
Oh yeah, I've been there before though. Yeah, you gotta fall
Yeah,
back
and
on
I
a
want
lot
to
of
be more
things.
disciplined. Like I'm definitely working on being more disciplined. But
Are
like,
you?
I really am. I promise. I haven't really bought any. Like,
Are you though?
I bought my package. In
She
here
bought
from
clothes
home.
today.
Yeah.
And then I was trying my things on. I haven't bought a lot of things lately. So, but yes,
That's
I
a
feel like
sacrifice, though, because
is a
also it helps with
sacrifice.
my mental health to be able to shop. Like, I'm not
It
working
does.
just to be.
Well,
Retail
it's hard,
therapy.
It's hard to
Yeah.
plan
Yeah.
stuff out. Like for us, like if you want to go to Mexico next year, I do, but I don't know. It depends on how business is. So
Yeah.
sometimes it's hard to like schedule stuff like that out too, and then benefits. I mean, I missed that
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's the part for me where I wouldn't want to leave corporate
health insurance,
within a full
401k.
capacity is because of the benefits.
Yeah.
Because
Same.
private insurance is just so expensive. And of course, like if your business is doing great, I'm sure it's just another expense and you're not really thinking about it. But like when you're first starting out and all
Oh, yeah.
those things, like every dollar counts.
It's expensive.
Oh, even when you're making
Sure.
money, still every dollar
Yeah,
counts.
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
That's
very
true.
true. Yeah,
That's
very
true.
Because
That's
like
true.
you said, there's going to be sometimes peaks and valleys and you
Yeah.
have to prepare for those valleys.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not.
The highs and the lows.
that's the hard part. Preparing for that and
Yeah.
like putting money away whenever you can in case like
Yeah, because I'd be
you
like,
run
girl,
into-
can you want to come? Blah, blah, blah. You're like,
maybe not right now.
But again, I think it's like a true testament to you as a friend because you still are like making yourself available.
Oh yeah,
Even
show
if
up
you're-
most of the time.
Yeah, even if your situation is the same, we wouldn't know.
Right.
And
right. Someone's
yeah,
gotta.
we all do.
We all go through
We
our
all
ups and
do.
downs, like different kinds.
But
of,
like in general, I'm the type that is like, yeah, I'm gonna go out of the country. I gotta go.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, you are.
I got, and now like he goes, we're like, oh Mo, you gonna go? Like Mo Marcus, yeah.
Yeah.
So we're like, are you gonna go? And I just enjoy the time. Like I couldn't imagine as an entrepreneur solely what is going through your mind if like I'm taking a week off or a month off. Do you feel like those little breaks are true sacrifices, or you feel like sometimes it's like I can do without them because I'll wait. I can wait.
So for me, I'm like, I would say a bit of a workaholic. So it's like, even though, like vacations. So when y'all be inviting me to stuff, I'm like, you know what? I've been need a vacation. Now I have an excuse to take one.
Okay.
Because on my own, it's kind of, unless I really like plan out, like, hey, well, I have to do this. I'm committed to the journey and what I'm trying to go. So sometimes I'm like, you know what? It's not that important. I can catch it up later.
Yeah.
So recently when y'all be like, hey, you going here? So that's why I purpose like, you know what? I'm going, because if I don't go now, then when am I going to go?
Right.
It's one of those things.
Yeah.
But the goal is to actually be able to
all the time.
go, and I don't got to think about like, okay, I could be in, let's say I could be in Thailand for a month. I don't have to worry about what's going to cost, how I'm going to do the business already operating itself and that type of thing. So that's the goal. But until I get there, it's more like, okay, I need to be more skeptical and, strategic with my spending, income, and outcome and all that.
Do you guys feel like the business things that you need to set up to have successful businesses? So like the EINs, because you had to teach yourselves, I'm assuming, unless you I know you went to business school, you said, but like, is there something that you had to teach yourself about that part of the business? Because it's still corporate. It's just your own corporate.
Yeah.
Right. Well, you have to do everything when you run your own business. Just me and Bruce. So it's, taxes, keeping track of what we're spending. Like you have someone at your job that takes care of expenses, I'm assuming. Like, so we got to be the accounting department, the sales department, which is
The hardest.
not the fun part of like business development. That's the toughest part. So you have to do everything. Which
And
is
so you're
like,
still your own little corporate.
yeah. But we do it when we want.
Okay.
And so
And,
go ahead. So that's what they were saying in business class, like whether you so all these components are important, like human resources, sales, all these things in marketing. And if you're not doing these things, even though you might feel like, well, my business is, but you're really neglecting that sector of your company. And regardless whether you're doing it or not, it needs to be done. And that's one of the things I'm setting up in the system and practicing currently to set all those systems up, because regardless if you're doing them or not, they need to be done. If not, your business is suffering in that area.
Gotcha.
Right.
Okay.
Well,
All right, so Marcus, you have kids.
I have a son, yes.
One son, okay. And Lindsay, do you have any kids?
Nope, just two
Okay.
doggies.
And so I know you said that, your motivator was your son. So I'm sure that keeps you going, thriving in your business and staying motivated. So Lindsay, do you feel like with the ups and downs, if you guys were to have kids, do you feel like you would be more motivated to return to the corporate world?
Well, I mean, it would depend on obviously how business is going. We would always want to do our own thing, but I think like if kids came into the equation, the insurance, having that steady paycheck, we know we're getting paid next week, blah, blah. So I think we'd have to definitely look more into it, and at least one of us might go back, but right now we're good with two dogs and they'll be all right.
Yeah, y'all are tanks.
Right.
We are.
Do you feel like with your son, you have had to make sacrifices that if you were in corporate, you may have not had to make?
With my son,
So like as far as like time spent, or because obviously, I mean, he ain't missing no shoes either.
No, he's not missing. He don't definitely need or want for
Doing all
anything. And it gives me the freedom or flexibility to be an entrepreneur. To like when he has little events and stuff, I can make my own schedule. But on the flip side of that, it also like in certain cases, like not necessarily the providing part, but just in general, like because as a parent, you want to do as much you can and provide to a child with what you didn't have, or all the things. And certain times, like he asked me for he had the Oculus, the first one. Then the other one came. I said, Dad, can I get this Oculus? I'm like, eventually you probably can get it, but not right now.
Gotta say no
Gotta say no
sometimes.
sometimes.
But yeah, I would say for me, I mean, I feel like if I was working corporate, I'll be, I know now with my credentials and everything, I will get paid a certain amount. I'll probably be comfortable with that, with the benefits and everything. It may even be better in some cases.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, do you want your son to be an entrepreneur too? Is that something you're teaching him?
Well, I am actually teaching him, I showed him, he knows the ins and outs. He understands, like, I take him on a job site with him, but also I've been giving him knowledge for a while since he's like 5 or 6 years old. So, and I talked to him now. He's like, well, if I don't know if I'm gonna go to college, and if I do, then I could just work for you or have my own company and this and that. But I just encourage him to do what he feels like in his heart is best for him.
I respect that.
Yeah.
Because entrepreneur is not for everyone, and it's not
Absolutely
an
not.
easy thing.
Look at you like, I know it ain't for me.
I know it ain't for me. Yeah, I just, you got to know yourself. You got to know your strengths. You got to know your weaknesses, and
you learn that.
yeah.
really
And I
quick, too,
always
when-
admire people who step out on their own faith and count on themselves, and take that risk on themselves, because that's not easy.
It is.
Far from.
So I understand, and I really commend y'all.
Yeah.
And like Lindsay, you say your parents were entrepreneurs. So did they? So do you mind sharing what type of business they're in?
Yeah, so real estate investing. My
Okay,
dad's
cool.
been like flipping, renovating houses since the 80s, really.
Okay.
But he's been full time for, I don't know, like 10 years now, maybe. But he was doing it like he had his own construction company at one point. So he's kind of
So he's always had like an entrepreneurial spirit.
in his whole side of the family.
Oh, okay, that's
Entrepreneurs as well.
Nice.
His mom, his brothers. So it kind of runs in the family. I
Yeah.
guess.
And I
Your
feel like
sister
that.
does it too.
Yeah, my sister as
Yeah, I
well.
feel like that
so.
tends to make it easier when you kind of have that blueprint and someone to kind of help guide you.
And like I said, the support.
Yeah.
Like if they
Like a
weren't
community.
entrepreneurs, they might have been like absolutely not, or just
Yeah.
not been as supportive. But
Yeah.
I think when you sent the little questionnaire to fill out, I said like a quote because I was trying to decide if I should do it.
Yeah.
Leave my job, go work with Bruce. And he was like, make a decision and make it the right one. And I know that sounds like very simple,
Yeah.
but like the way he said it so matter of factly, like make the decision and make sure you make it work.
Yeah.
And like that's what we've done like through it all. So I think, like I said, having their support and all my family support
Yeah.
and his family as well. So
We didn't
Big
touch on
difference.
this, but while we're still on it,
Yeah.
you do photography.
I do photography. So it's like my passion project more than anything. Like
Okay.
I don't advertise my services. Like it's more like if friends, family, friends of friends want it, like I'm almost never going to say no because I just love it so much. But
But you
If
do.
you
But
need
you had made money off of it.
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I've shot 2 weddings now, which is crazy to say. And like the fact that people like put their trust in me is
Yeah.
just like amazing.
You do a good job.
Yeah,
you
so,
do an amazing job. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
And you also draw.
yeah,
which
this
people
guy,
don't know.
Oh,
big
okay.
artist.
Like, very much so. And
Well, I
you
know how to
downplay
draw. I
it.
know how to art, but I don't really practice it like
Know
that.
how to
So
art.
Yeah, I know how to
I
art.
know how to art.
Yeah, all the things. You don't practice it because you don't have time.
I mean, it's just one of those things that it's kind of like breathing. So it's kind of like something who's always there. So it's not one of those things like, especially if I'm not making money from it, it's not one of those things. It's like,
But if you put time into it, you might be making money. You do a really, when I say it's really good,
is
you
really
Let
would
me
think,
tell you what Mel needs to also do.
what?
She needs to be brand manager.
I hear that all the
I be telling her
time.
Just
that.
professional hype
Yeah.
man.
Telling her that.
I hear
Yeah.
that all the time.
She drives business.
Yeah.
She drives YouTube.
Yeah.
It's
So
funny
why are
though.
you not making money off?
Yeah.
I mean, shouldn't you be?
Yeah.
It says,
Yeah.
So-
truly, it says, your gifts will bring you before
Yes.
kings in the Bible.
But
That's
let
true.
me, the flip side to that too
Yeah.
is sometimes you do just need to have passion projects.
Sometimes.
Because when you start to, you need something that just decompresses you. So when you are good at it, it is natural to be like, you should sell this. Start an Etsy shop.
Right.
But then it's now the pressure of,
It takes the fun out of
yeah,
it.
But
exactly.
a passion project is also just that. You can limit what you do and don't do.
And I
So
think it
if-
depends on the person. Too.
That's true.
Because
Yeah.
But
sometimes
so-
it's like unnecessary pressure. And you're like, don't stress out. You can tell somebody like, don't stress out. Who doesn't stress? But you're like, okay. And over here, I'm like,
Still stressing.
Yeah.
I know I have trouble monetizing like photography. I never charge a lot because like first of all, I think people should have photos that doesn't break the bank.
Yeah.
Because I think photographers charge so much and for good reason.
Yeah.
Especially if it's like your full time
Yeah.
job. But like I take walks around my neighborhood every day and take photos. Like that is
Yeah.
my
your
like,
thing.
where I
Yeah.
decompress. Like
Yeah.
that is
Yeah.
like therapy
Yeah.
for me.
And see, I'm that type of person too. That's why I say I'm not a good, like, I wouldn't be a good entrepreneur
Yeah.
because, everything is, of course, you're in a business to make money.
Right.
But yesterday's price is not today's price.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Right,
everything
right.
is going up
Right,
all the
exactly.
time. Like, and yes, you should get paid what you're worth, but I feel like at a certain point, sometimes it becomes like exploitation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm just not good at that because
Yeah, same.
I always want to like help people
Yeah,
or
I
like
know.
I'm fine with cutting you a break, and that's what I'm like. I would be a terrible business owner.
yeah.
I would go out of business.
I struggle.
tomorrow because-
I struggle.
Well,
with
you
that,
also
for sure.
probably would be blessed, so you probably wouldn't go out of business tomorrow because people would send
Amen.
Probably wouldn't, yeah.
Amen.
Truly.
Yeah.
And you're still helping people either way.
Yeah.
So I would say, like they say in business class, like, hey, it doesn't matter. Like you do, I know as an entrepreneur, you got a bunch of hats. So that's the theory behind it. But the best way of going about it, you do what you're good at and passionate about, and other things that need to be done, you just delegate that to somebody
Yeah,
else.
yeah.
And let them worry about that. So
Right.
if she's good at directing and being a director, or okay, that's your sector. I'm gonna focus on what I'm doing at. I like just helping people. I don't care what it is. I don't care about the money part.
Yeah.
Cool. But at the end of the day, just the essence of it, I think, and all you're helping people.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is true. Yeah.
So
Okay, Ash, you want to tell us about what you got on? Because it's like
So, yeah, I wear whatever I want to work, but I just make it corporate appropriate. So
how did you corporate that up?
she's covered.
What's wrong with my outfit? No, I like it. I'm just saying for the people. Tell them how you
Oh.
corporate it up. What would
Okay,
be
yeah.
different?
So this lace top, of course, I can't wear with regular pants because you can see through it.
Okay.
And I'm not a big camisole type of girl.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, it's either gonna be bra and shirt.
Yeah,
Or,
same.
yeah. Well, just bra and shirt. I'm not nipples
Yeah.
out. But yeah, so
We get it.
so I have to layer it. So I just added this denim dress, and I'm always gonna have on sneakers or a flat of some kind.
I've seen you in heels, girl.
Barely.
Okay.
I'm usually going to a dinner where I'm like walking from car to seat to car.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I'm not. I wore heels to work one time, and it was a bad idea. Because I go out on my lunch breaks,
Yeah.
and I was like doing a bunch of returns of things that I bought, and I probably look like Viola Davis walking through that. My feet were killing me.
Heels are terrible.
Yeah,
They're just
so
not
I'm
cool.
only
Love
gonna
a good
wear
heel.
a sneaker.
I can't unsee it though.
Yeah, I'm not lying. I was like, Lord, please just let me get back to the car. But
Take
yeah,
this shoe
so
off in the car.
I like socks too, like to act because I wear a lot of skirts, dresses, and stuff. So socks. So I just have on my nice fall appropriate oxblood colored socks and my casual sneaker. These are Margiela.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
No
so-
problem.
Look.
Yeah, I like nice things.
That's right, corporate girly. You show it too. I like it. When I followed you on Instagram, I was like, oh, okay. Excuse me.
Well, all right.
I didn't know.
I like all the things.
I do like all the things, and yeah, they don't have to be luxury. I like everything as long as it's cute.
Yeah.
So your stuff was, you wore that to work today, right? Because you're a preschool teacher.
I am.
Oh.
So that's why it's like good for the kids.
Yeah.
I think the way I dressed, you probably would have thought I was an art teacher or something because I'm
Okay.
always bright and colorful.
Yeah.
But this is one of my work fits.
Okay.
My nephew told me it didn't match, but hey, actually,
Actually,
It does, man.
think it actually
Yeah,
perfect.
it does.
that doesn't
keep
match.
me honest.
I said, actually, you're gonna get on my face. But yeah, this is pre-K. You know, I gotta be comfortable. I gotta be able to run. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, so.
Yeah.
Super cute. You're always
And then
so
you know I
colorful.
would.
Yes.
Thank you, Lindsay. Now you know I would wear this somewhere.
You would.
I don't give.
It works though.
I don't.
No,
care.
it's
Yeah,
so
it's
cute.
It's cute.
But yeah, this is what I wear to work most
Segue into
days.
it.
Yeah. What about you?
So I always just wear what I want to work, okay? Because I work from home.
Yeah.
And I go see clients, but the clients I see, I meet them where they are.
Yeah.
So because again, it benefits more. Like people feel comfortable talking to you, and that's so the type of population I deal with. I meet them where they are. So I'm not gonna ever be super dressed up unless I got
Pretty
court to go to.
intimidating.
Yeah. And so I will normally wear something where I can wear it, and then after I can go to happy hour in it.
That's right.
And I'm gonna go to happy hour in it because I don't want to have to go back home after
Yeah.
I've been on the road. So that's kind of like what inspired my outfit today. So yeah,
Okay.
gonna go eat after.
What about these guests? What about?
Well, I wear
Lindsay.
sweatpants a lot because I work from home. I'll like get up and change out of pajamas into like more pajamas, basically.
Okay.
Nice.
But today,
You wear pajamas?
I
Like,
mean,
that's a thing?
sweatpants.
Okay.
Like, no, shorts.
Are you guys ever
Um,
customer facing?
Not really.
Okay.
I mean, just when we go to like networking events and stuff, and we do like most of our calls are phone calls. Like we'll do a
Okay.
Zoom call every now and then.
Okay.
Are you bottom, like top
But oh
only?
heck yeah, I'm not putting on hard pants if I don't have to.
Yeah.
Like these are kind of hard, but they're stretchy.
Yeah. Okay.
Little Old Navy, you know, some Sambas.
Yeah. Go on, Samba.
So cute.
Yeah.
Also Old Navy. I
Yeah.
think. Let's see what else we got. Oh, this is cute. This is a little smiley face. A local artist made this.
Oh, that's
Okay.
cute.
She does
Yeah,
like
I
glass,
that, yeah.
glass art or glass jewelry and stuff. Yeah.
So is your dressing style typically inspired by your feelings?
Ooh, that's such a fun question.
Since you work from home and stuff, so like,
I mean, when I get dressed when I'm working at home, yeah, like I just want to be comfy. There's no reason to. I mean, some people like to get up and get dressed, and I get that. That's why I like get up and at least like freshen up
Yeah.
and put
Yeah.
on
And
some
see,
new
that's
sweats.
what, when we were, for COVID,
Yeah.
you know, I worked from home for 2 years, and I got to the same point where I was like, I'm at home, so I would be
Yeah.
in my pajamas and stuff, and it started to get to me.
Yeah,
'Cause I've
I get
always
it.
liked
I get it.
clothes. Yeah, and so I was like, dang, I'm just like a bum.
Yeah.
Like I would feel so. Some days I would wake up and like just put on. It was mostly a casual outfit. Like I wouldn't put this on. To
But
sit at
still,
home.
like
But,
an outfit.
yeah, I would still put something on.
Yeah.
But it was rare. But I am a like dresser for my feelings.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, I feel like, but how you dress is like is
look good, you feel
self-expression.
good.
100%.
Like
Yeah.
you know, that's how you show up in this world. So
Right. I mean, I definitely feel better when I put on an
absolutely, I
outfit,
tell people
but
that all
like,
the time. Never look like what you're going through.
yeah, yeah,
And you know, when you look better, you feel better.
Yeah.
So
that's a
I know, right?
absolutely.
Yeah.
If I'm down and out, like just in the dumps, and I look up and I have on a holy t-shirt,
Yeah,
and my hair isn't done,
it's not helping
and
anything.
yeah,
Yeah,
like I'm already pale.
right.
Yeah.
I like to be tanned.
Yeah.
I'm black, but I do tan.
Yeah.
And we're now moving into the colder months. My tan's already gone, so I have to keep the outfits going.
I got you.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah.
Marcus. What
a good way to
inspires
look
your
at it.
dress?
Well, when I'm outside of working, normally I'm in work clothes, and so I got dust particles, sawdust, and all that stuff
Yeah,
on me.
so
So,
it's a little different for you.
so when I like,
lot
when I
different
yeah,
for
so
him.
it feels good to sometimes come on, stretch out, rewind, take a shower, and step into something that's feel comfortable, but you know, decent or whatever the case may be.
What inspires you? Is your dress based on your feelings too? When you do get dressed?
I would say it's based on work.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Right.
He
Like,
said
I've
that.
He's deciding.
never thought of that before though. Like
Yeah.
now, when I get dressed, I'm gonna like
Think think about that question?
Or like if I'm in a shitty mood, maybe
Yeah.
I'll put on
Yeah.
like a cool outfit.
Yeah.
And, like,
If
I
I'm,
feel
like,
a little bit
down,
better.
Yeah.
I'll do my makeup. Like
Yeah.
I'll make myself look better.
Right.
You just feel better.
It
Yeah.
does.
It does
It does
help.
make you feel better.
If my hair is not done, I'm not.
If my hair is not done, oh my god.
I'm like,
Like, trying on outfits when you don't have your
Have
hair
hair
done
done?
and your makeup. Like, I'll take pictures of it and I'll cut my head off so I
Yeah,
can
it
try to
looks-
understand.
that's hilarious.
looks
yeah,
odd.
yeah. I
it
get
does. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, my hair not done. So now I got to picture what it would look like if my
Yeah,
hair was
because
done.
I'm ugly right now.
Yeah.
Right.
So this outfit is not going to look good at all.
So I'm in a different place with y'all because I have locks now.
Okay.
So a lot of days I feel like my hair isn't done.
Okay.
So I look at myself, I'm like,
Bro, I would put my hair in a bun and slick down them baby hairs.
I do.
And
I do.
then
Make it
for
curl.
For the most part, I do. But like y'all notice, I've had hats on most of the time we've been recording.
Okay.
I don't have a retwist.
It looks good still.
I'm
Yeah,
the person
you've been working it out.
I'm the person that wants a retwist and have that neat look all the time. I haven't gotten to the point of like liking it looking messy.
a little fuzzy.
I mean, I'm doing it, but I don't like it. So
Okay. So, Marcus, question for you. When you're going, because obviously you're a lot of customer facing a lot of times, do you feel like how you present with your clothes is going to change a yes or no, or give you a deal or not a deal? Or if you feel like I look more like the profession is going to get me more of a deal?
that's a good question.
Definitely. I think image is almost number one when it comes to being a professional, especially in the contracting world, because that's what people, especially customers that don't know you. So a lot of my company customers been like word of mouth. So it's kind of like that speaks for me. But going to someone that never met me, first impression is everything. And if you look unprofessional or you looking a little, it'll probably deter a lot of work or have people questioning.
So do you dress up? Do you do your own thing? What do you do to get...
I would dress in my regular work clothes.
Okay, but you have uniforms.
Yeah, I have work company shirts, company hats, things like that.
Okay.
And when did you feel like upgrading to that? Did that elevate your business? Do you think it elevated your business?
Definitely, I would say it elevated the image of my business and people take you more serious. But a lot of people in my like especially people that have their own company and stuff like that, they don't even have company uniforms. But see where I'm trying to go, those people have company uniforms. So it's like, all right, well, I need to follow suit type of thing.
Okay. Well, we appreciate you guys coming on.
Yes, thank you
talking
so
to
much.
us,
Thanks for
giving us
Thank
your
you, yes.
feedback on the leaving corporate, because, we're still there.
We are still there in the trenches.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like y'all are there, but y'all are not there.
Yeah, we're there, but we also, I think, have had space. We're in spaces where we kind of create a better environment than what there's people in corporate that have it really hard, and I don't like it for them.
Yeah.
But also, like, we have elevated ourselves maybe to get to the places we want to be, which you guys have done that too with your own businesses.
Yeah.
So I think it just takes work and commitment and dedication.
Yeah.
Discipline, sacrifice.
Whether you work
Yeah.
for yourself or
Yeah.
work for someone else.
Exactly.
Yeah. At the end of the day.
Yeah.
Most times you're always gonna work for someone else. That's why I look at it. Like, regardless, like I have my own company, but at the end of the day, I'm
still
servicing my
working for
customers.
yourself.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then of course you gotta pay taxes. So that type of thing.
Yeah. That too.
But yeah.
What do you do?
I work in insurance, so
Okay.
I do workers' compensation.
Oh, okay. And that's
Yeah.
how y'all met.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
She does
So-
workers comp. I do workers comp. Just a different.
You're just
part.
a different side.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we all in the trenches together.
Right.
Yeah. So, we thank you guys for listening to our episode. Have a good Thanksgiving. Remember that peace is better than a paycheck.
Yeah, definitely.
Bye.
All right, y'all, that's a wrap on today's episode of Receipts Denied When Corporate Ain't For You. Big shout out to our guest, Marcus Oliver from A Plus Improvement Construction and Lindsay Taylor from Tailored Solutions for dropping gems and keeping it real about walking away from corporate life and building their own lane. We also want to thank our listeners for rocking with us and being patient through the little mic hiccups this episode. Real talk, we appreciate you for sticking with the convo because it was worth every second. If you felt this episode, make sure you share it with somebody who's questioning their 9-to-5. Leave us a review and hit that follow button so you don't miss what's next. Until next time, stay bold, stay focused, and remember, sometimes the best promotion is peace.